To work on this reading, a cool reading for KB. KB wants to know, I would love a reading to help me find my path again. I'm struggling to know where to head next. I have become single again recently and I feel quite lost. I feel like there's a path that I should follow, but I can't seem to figure out what that is. I'm a Scorpio. Any advice would be greatly appreciated from KB. Well, KB, I have good news and I have better news. So, you're about to meet your emotional soulmate. What is that, you ask? Well, next week, please watch as I post my soulmate video, my triple soulmate theory. Basically, short version. Better to watch the longer video, but short version. You have 3 soulmate types. You have physical, which is someone you immediately correspond. You immediately match with, physically really strong. Immediate, strong physical connection. Everything goes great. Sex is great. Everything is wonderful. That immediate bang, that's your physical type thing. And when you meet someone that is your physical soulmate, and you may meet more than one throughout your life, then you have that huge thing, okay? But it's going to be major. It's not going to be minor. This is a major event. Then you have your emotional soulmate, which is where you're headed, which you have this emotional connection with someone. It's this weird thing to where you know what they're feeling even though they're not around. You know what makes them upset. It's like you've been there before, like you've known them before. So one of those feelings of that. So, but it's an incredibly strong bond, especially in the emotional aspect. And then lastly, you have the mental soulmate, which is this weird mental connection. Now, contrary to, I guess, most people's soulmates, these, you can have a physical and then later on you'll have a mental, etc. It's not like this one glowing ball of soulmate comes in and solves all your problems. You have the triplicity of soulmates. So you're in line for an emotional soulmate based upon the timeline here. Please see my timeline video a few videos ago. You're looking at about December. Okay, so let's map out. You said that you want a path. Here's your path, and the path that'll lead you to your soulmate. So it's time to start small acts of kindness. Nothing major. Small, very small acts of kindness. And it will lead you to this person in around December, Christmas-ish. Like the sun's going down, it's sort of getting dim outside, and you just randomly run into this person. And they're not your perfect type. In other words, they're not going to be your perfect height. They're not going to be your perfect weight. There's something about their smile that attracts you. And there's something that it's like, I know that person, but you don't know the person. But I know that person. I've seen them before. And they were cool. And they were really great to talk to. I know that person from somewhere, but you don't. That's the feeling that you get with a soulmate, right? So the emotional soulmate is going to be a quick bond. The conversation flows, just flows. There's no effort whatsoever. There's no awkward point in the conversation. You could talk for hours. You could just bond for hours, and then you go home and you want to call them again. So again, traditional falling in love type thing. However, with the 8 of Cups tacked onto the end, I have sort of a dim news, which is this emotional soulmate is not going to be good for just a long-term relationship, and that's okay, right? I have an emotional soulmate. If you read my book, I have an emotional soulmate that I'm still in touch with, and we had a relationship and it cratered, but with an emotional soulmate, it's really difficult to have a cratered relationship because you still want to talk to them. Even the relationship is cratered and it went terrible and it's not going to work out, then, and you'll find that with emotional soulmates as well, you just don't match physically. Does that make sense? So you have physical preferences for a mate that are different than them. So he's not your correct height. He's not your correct weight. But his smile is just magnificent and magnetic, and you're immediately drawn to it and things like this. So a lot of times soulmates, emotional soulmates, don't work out, and you'll get that Eight of Cups to where the relationship craters, but that's okay because you're still in touch. You're still in touch. And when you're really upset, when you're crying, and you could call and you can know that your emotional soulmate, there's no judgment. You know, he knows what you're thinking. He knows what you're going through. It is that connection. And it's okay to call. Even after you've broken up, it's still okay to call. It's still okay to communicate. It's still okay to text them, tell you how you're, because you want to tell this person how you're feeling, right? That's the emotional kicker that you have in the middle there, right? So a mental soulmate, you just want to communicate. Doesn't matter what you want to communicate about, you want to communicate. And communication is so easy with a mental soulmate. But a mental soulmate almost never works out in a relationship. That is the worst relationship to be in. And a soulmate doesn't have to be a different sex. So if you're a lesbian or something and you prefer women, a soulmate doesn't have to be a woman. It could be a man. I mean, a soulmate doesn't mean you have to have a relationship immediately and it's a strong relationship. You don't have to. There's nothing that you have to. The best relationship that you can have is probably with a physical soulmate, because that's where the sexual connection, that's where the chemistry is. And a lot of times a physical soulmate just doesn't work out mentally. It's like you're talking to a brick wall and you disagree about everything. That's a physical soulmate. That's how it goes. Emotional soulmate, again, you try to force that physical because you're so connected. You try to force that physical. You're like, I want to force it. This has to work out. You're amazing, and you may end up with the Eight of Cups, right? Maybe you're not that physically. Maybe you need that physical more than you need that emotional connection for a lover, but you now have a lifetime partner. You now have someone to communicate with, someone you can share emotions with, and so it's a great thing. Any of the three types is a wonderful thing to have in your life. And that's what we have. We have, should I even go through the cards? I was so specific. If you want to go through the cards, let's go through the card. How many minutes am I running up on? Sorry, I'm blathering about it. This is fun. I like soulmate readings. I like when you're going to find a soulmate. So the Queen of Cups, you're looking, that Queen of Cups, you're looking, and you're about to make that connection. And this oddball Knight of Cups, right? This oddball Knight of Cups is here. And then just the complete loss of all good judgment is here. And then we have the self-described, or the very descriptive. Do you really need a lot of description? Eight of Cups, thank you very much. So anyway, so you have that, right? You have that Knight of Cups. And as you can see, we're using the Victorian Romantic Tarot. Victorian Romantic Tarot. You can see the exaggeration, right? That's a lot of exaggeration. That's way over the top. That's way, way over the top. This guy is like, I'm here. It's like Fabio. Well, Fabio, you can tell how old I am until Fabio. It's like, I don't know, who's popular now, dude? Anyway, it's like, who's here popular dude? Chris Hemsworth. It's Chris Hemsworth. He's like, yes, ladies, I'm here. And all these ladies just packing in. They're packing it in, right? Just hovering over him, giving him a back rub or whatever things are going on here. So over the top. And again, that's that emotional hook. That's that boom that we get from that. And again, greatly exaggerated. But we have the Queen of Cups over here looking for something, looking for anything. And it's the point at which the Three of Cups, right? The friends, the community, and things like that sort of winds down or depreciates, or, you know, you're looking for a relationship with from your friend. You're looking for that hook up from somebody knows somebody knows somebody, and they're wonderful. You two should date, type thing. And sort of this giving up on this, right? It's a point that you're at now. And again, we have this grossly over-exaggerated Knight of Cups, and then this complete loss of judgment leading to, and the loss of judgment is again trying to force that long-term relationship out of an emotional soulmate when maybe it's okay just to be there for each other. Maybe it's okay to be emotionally connected. Maybe it's okay to have that great connection because your life is lifted greatly by the experience. Your life is really enhanced by that experience. Maybe you don't need a long-term relationship with this person. Maybe this person would be someone you can communicate a different relationship about, and they're like, oh, that's awesome. I support you, or whatever, right? So that's the type of thing we have. Anyway, I've been blathering on for I think 10 minutes now. So yeah, congratulations. Look for something around December, and let me know when you get it, or get that connection. Everything will be awesome. So anyway, that is my reading. If you would like a reading of your own, please listen to my voice break for some random reason. I need water. And email me at the email address in the description. And as always, please press like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.